Hi everybody, again Robert with Revit Training. In this exercise, we're going to look at creating and generate a topo surface. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open an architectural template here. And wow, okay. Um, we use the architectural default template for this exercise. So we want to open up our floor plan site view. And in this view, we want to then go and insert, we want to link CAD. Now I have a CAD file here sitting out here somewhere. I should have probably found it before. Come on now, where you go? Okay, so we're going to open this site DWG file, which is an AutoCAD file, and here we're going to preserve the colors, and we're going to have our positioning set auto origin to origin, and then we'll click open. Okay, computer's kind of slow today. Okay, now once we have the file, we want to key in ZE, that's zoom to the extent of the file. Okay, now once we have this inserted into our model, it's an AutoCAD drawing, we want to click on the base point, which is here. So in the properties box, let's change these values here. So we go 63 feet for north-south. For east-west, we'll go 75 feet. And then we'll have our elevation set at 1856. And our angle will be set at 20 degrees. We'll click apply. Now, as you can see, we moved the site based on these coordinates. Now, what we like to do is select our survey point, and we want to click this little pin to unclip this. Okay, now we want to change the information for our survey point to, let's say, now what we can do, we can change it in here or here. You can click it here and change it to the value. Let's go with 354 here. But it's probably easier to do it here because once we start keying in those figures, that survey point is going to move as well as the base point. They move around based on these coordinates. Let's give this an elevation of 1864. And we'll, with that, okay, now you'll see our new locations. So we click on that. Those are the coordinates that we just moved that survey point to. So now we got our new location. So let's reclip this by just ticking it. And now in the project browser, let's duplicate this view. Let's duplicate this view. And let's rename this guy here to Site True North. And we'll click OK. Now, so we have two views. We have a side view and a true north view. So let's go, we're in this site view now, this site true north view. And let's view in the properties dialog bar. Let's set the orientation here in this view to true north. So over in our properties dialog, you have an option here for project north, and we'll set this to true north. Okay, now by setting that to true north, it'll rotate to match the actual true north based on those coordinates that we created earlier. Now let's open back our site plan. And in the massing and site tab, massing and site, we're going to click on Topo-surface. And then in Topo-surface, we want to modify edit surface tool. So that will be here. And we want to expand this panel. And we want to select import instance, and then we'll select the CAD file we brought into our model, the AutoCAD file. And then we'll open this dialog box, will open, and we'll say check none, because these are all of the options we have, but we don't want to use anything here. And I just want to click on contour existing. So we'll select contour existing, and we'll click OK. Alright, now you see the contours generated here. These are from the AutoCAD drawing. And then we want to, in the surface panel, we want to click edit surface panel. We want to click the green check mark and say OK. The contour lines are closer together than the ones displayed in the drawing was created in AutoCAD, as you can see. Now in the massing and site tab, let's click on this little arrow here. And where it says, here we go. Let's just pull this over here so we can see what's going on here. We can set increments. So here, we're going to set this increment to 2 feet. Click apply. As you can see, the distance between the contours changes, okay? So that's basically how we would do this using base points. So we learned how insert, import a CAD file with contours. We set a base point and a survey point, and we created Topo-surface with an imported file. So let's go. We can change to anything we want. Let's change to say 5 feet. Okay. So go back to tool for the default and click apply. So this is basically how you do it. A lot of guys will use electronic survey files and link them into Revit, and or import them into Revit, and we can do these options. So now what I want to do here now is I want to say OK. We'll stick with the 2-foot interval. Let's go back to 1 foot. So we can adjust these increments however we like. Go apply. Select OK. So there's our Topo-surface. Now let's create a section through this site. So we can just go to our view, create top page section, and we can just cut a section right through this portion right here, and we'll double click on it, and there's a cross section right through our Topo-surface that we created in AutoCAD. Well, thanks for watching this video. probably with the last one for 2018. Well, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything you want to add that I didn't show here, please put it in the comment section. So have a good new year, and thanks all for watching and following Robert with Revit Training. Bye.